Welcome, my beautiful soul family. Today we are going to do a reading connecting to our spirit guides to see what messages we may need to hear, signs that we may be missing. Um, you know, and I feel like this reading is really for those, it's really for everyone, but I feel like for those who are going through a hard time, you may feel like giving up, and I definitely know your spirit guides don't want you to. I definitely know divine wants you to keep on going. I feel like the light is right around the corner. But we gotta make that, we gotta get to that corner and just be willing to go forward. So anyways, this again is for any sign, anyone. You don't have to be going through a rough time, but I have a feeling that many are. So I'm hoping that our guides will bring us messages of comfort, truth, and understanding and help guide us to that right around the corner, to that light. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to use three different decks. We're going to use beautiful Mother Mary, who I know is, helping to guide really all of us. So I really love the messages with Mother Mary. And we are going to start today with Mother Mary. For your main spread, we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. Very uplifting deck. I really love this deck. So, and it is the deck that was really calling to me. We are going to use clarifiers, or how I like to say, go deeper. Anything we don't understand, we're going to figure it out. We're going to clarify it. We're going to get answers. So we're going to use the Tridivia Tarot, which is the newest deck in the family, but I just so happen to love them. So this is called the Trivia deck. And I do have a coupon code for that for them. So I will leave that below. It's a company that I'm working with that I just love. They're called Kimura, Kimura.com. I'll leave all that below. I'm not trying to sell anything here, but I've had a lot of people ask me about that deck. So let's go ahead and just calm our minds. Take a couple deep breaths. Inhale and exhale those worries. Open yourself up to receiving. Please feel free to ask your spirit guides to send you signs through this reading. That can be through words that I say. Sometimes it's a song that just, for some reason, comes out of my mouth, even though I'm a terrible singer. But I love to sing. Or it can be numbers. It can be anything, really. So definitely feel free to ask your spirit guides to give you confirmation. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to move this over to the side right now. And I want to start with Mother Mary. I am going to bring the lid down. Everything is always pre-shuffled, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a shuffle or two with you here. And again, I ask my spirit guides to please connect with your spirit guides. And this is the type of reading I feel it'll reach you in divine timing. Something will make you click on it. And that I just trust. All right. Mother Mary, for our beautiful soul family here. We have Mother. Well, I mean, it is Mother Mary, Mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Um, it's interesting because my mother and myself my mother is now crossed over and is definitely one of my major guides. But in this lifetime, mainly when I was younger. We didn't have the greatest of relationship. But I have to tell you, as I had kids, as I have grown, like I understand my mother more than I ever have. So, mother, I also get a feeling that this is also asking you to give yourself whatever you think that you may or may not have done. If you're carrying guilt or, sadness over actions you may have taken, like, I feel like you're already forgiven. Now just forgive yourself. All right. And then we have self respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Self respect and then caring. Well, I feel like this is what the world needs right now more than anything. Caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Hmm. I definitely feel like this is energy that the world needs right now. And honestly, I'm not surprised that it came out. All right, let's go ahead and get into the main spread. And as we go through the reading, Mother Mary's words will just make more and more sense to us. Don't forget, Mother Mary loves all her children, and you are one of her children. All right, let's go ahead and give him a cut. And let's go ahead and start the tarot portion. All right, messages from the beautiful soul family. What we need to hear, signs we may be missing, guidance on our next steps. We ask for your help. Page of Cups. First thing I feel as soon as I felt this card was caring of oneself, loving of oneself. It's interesting when you look at this image, you see these legs hanging down, right? To me, that's my higher self, your higher self. And sometimes we get caught in these webs. There's a lot of water around there. It could be emotional situations that you're dealing with. Not sure how you're going to get through. I feel like it's the saying, call on your higher self. This is also about the love of oneself, right? I have to love myself, especially if love is what I want in my life, right? I got to find a way to love myself. I got to be grateful for, those little things. I could be dealing with, a million different things, but I also got to be grateful for the little things that I have. And I feel like when we're in a grateful state, the universe just sends us more things to be grateful for. I don't really want to give signs because I don't feel like this reading is about signs. I feel like every card is for everyone. But again, connecting to your higher self. I want to remind you, and I say this a lot in my readings, but I think it's important that we remember this. We weren't just thrown down into this lifetime without support. We have a whole spiritual team that was assigned to us before we even came here. And our spiritual team, our spirit guides are here to help guide us, right? They'll send us the flags. Um, that's why you want to trust your intuition, that first instinct, and then try not to overthink it. And it doesn't always mean like the sign's going to be something easy. It reminds me of, I was praying for someone to, for God to really help them in their situation, and it was financial. And, instead of God just giving this person like a scratch off ticket with, $10,000 winning, they put the perfect job in front of them. And that job has really solved the majority of their problems. And I feel like that's how our prayers are answered. We have to take inspired action. Okay, let's keep going. The Eight of Cups. Look at this. Eight of Cups definitely talks about, your emotional life. It talks about the cups that have been knocked over. And, I do feel like because it's an eight, it does talk about a new beginning. But I also feel like I got to allow myself to have that new beginning. Some of these cups that were knocked over were very difficult, maybe hard to understand. Maybe it made you feel less than, right? Like, no one's going to love me, but that's just not true. The right person will love you for exactly who you are. Some of these cups are just free will choices. So it is really like having clarity within your emotional house. And again, maybe for a lot of us, it's like learning to love ourselves again. I feel like and I don't mean that in an egotistical way, like I deserve everything. A lot of that's going to depend on your intentions, the intentions you put out into the universe. That's the law of attraction. This person's heading towards the Nine of Cups, and that's inner harmony. So I kind of love it sitting next to the Page of Cups, inner harmony. But it's also about a fulfillment of a wish or fulfillment of wishes. Sometimes I do have to do that difficult emotional dive into my emotional house, understand some of the cups, not all of them. Some of them just aren't worth your effort or time. You know what I mean? But the other ones, why didn't someone love me the way that I felt I deserved love? They may not have been able to. Sometimes someone doesn't love us in the way that we think that they should love us, but they may be incapable. Don't put that on your shoulders. And don't get stuck in it for too long. Eight, again, is about a new beginning. It's also the number of infinity, as above, so below. No beginning, no end. I just have to keep moving. I just have to keep moving. This person's walking right towards the sun. Look at that. Well, first of all, there's that Nine of Cups. That's what that person's walking towards. But let's look at the Queen first, because she came out before it. The Queen of Pentacles to me is someone who does learn to trust within herself. This is someone who, it's important to be grounded. When I feel grounded, my life feels grounded. This is, I call the Queen of Pentacles my psychic detective. I can figure things out. Some of you have psychic abilities, but maybe you've shut them down. Maybe you're not, maybe you're dealing with something and it's like you're not trusting what you're receiving. If you just look at her eyes are closed. She's definitely open to receiving. And then we have that Nine of Cups. Ask and ye shall receive. So here it is. Here is that fulfillment of wishes. Here is that inner harmony. And I feel like really it could only come through that Eight of Cups. Like I had to understand, and again, I don't want you to like look at every cup because some of the cups have been knocked over. Again, we're free will. Even soulmates. Not all soulmates that we meet are meant to last a lifetime, but they are meant to like move us on our path and us them. This queen is definitely reflecting upon that Eight of Cups. She's looking right at it. And I feel like through that reflection, she's reaching that inner harmony. I find this quite beautiful. Because the Nine of Cups is also mirroring the Page of Cups. You know, if you feel like there's no one in this world you can trust, trust yourself. Trust your guides. They definitely feel like they're reaching you. And it is a fulfillment of a wish or wishes. So let's keep going. For some of you, literally, I feel like spend some time in nature. You know, let's say like myself, I have a hard time meditating. But I can definitely get in nature and get all kinds of epiphanies, you know, but it doesn't have to come through meditation. For some of you, it does come through meditation. But I feel like the main energy here is about becoming grounded within yourself. And that, for some of you, may be the answer. Some of you may have lost a job, maybe worried about money. But again, I feel like answers are going to come to you. Some of you with your caring hearts, that may be your purpose. I do have a fan going on in the background. I hope that it's not picking up the sound of it. Okay, wow. All right. I feel like I have to take what came out. Look at this judgment. This is your spiritual team. I mean, how beautiful that they're showing up. And, you know, it's coming under the Page of Cups where this person, it's literally showing like your higher self. And I feel like that's a message that, you know, you've been here before. You've done this before. You've gotten through worse. You'll get through this too. And judgment, connecting again to our spiritual team. So judgment is your spiritual team. And they come with a couple different messages. The first message is about bringing your attention to the present moment. You know, first, I feel like, yes, it's important that we do some emotional work, you know, not carry the regret, um, the sadness. And, you know, sometimes, you know, I say don't carry the sadness, and I understand that that's sometimes hard not to do. But I also feel in the same breath that there's something that's coming towards us, towards you, that definitely feels like like, I feel like you're going to want it. So your spiritual team's calling you to the present moment. No need to live in the past, right? Think of the fool, right? Someone who's willing to take a leap of faith, but doesn't carry the past with them. The lessons, yes. The wisdom, yes. This is also talking about a rebirth. Well, Nine of Cups, fulfillment of a wish or wishes. You know, and it's like your guides are saying, for those who feel like, I don't know if I can love myself, they're saying, well, we love you. We love you, and that will never end. So put your trust in us. When you can't trust yourself, put your trust in us. We will guide you. We have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Just look at her. It's like she's rising above the drama. You know, her hand is out like she's ready to receive a wish, a dream. Something is coming her way. Queen of Wands is someone who moves according to her passions, her desires. She's not a fear-based energy. She's coming under the Eight of Cups. To me, it feels good because I feel like this is saying that whatever you were dealing with, that you will be able to overcome it. Her hand is out looking right back at Judgment, her spiritual team. I'm going to move this up a little bit. It's like, I trust you. I trust you, and I'm ready. She's got her wand lifted like, I'm ready to throw this wand, and wherever it lands is where I'm going to go. But she has trust of that wand. It's like her spiritual team has put that wand in her hand. Emotional clarity, and then moving on. We have the Queen and the King of Wands connected. We have, oh wow, the Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. At my table, this is your guardian angel. At my table, this is a night that comes in divine timing, perfect timing. Not before and not after. I have a feeling this is exactly why our spirit guides are saying, we need your attention in the present moment. This is where you find your miracles. This is where you find wishes coming true. And I often feel in this night, because this night is bringing in a pentacle. This queen is holding this pentacle. And this pentacle is truly meant to enhance your life, to make your life better. Some of you easier. And I don't feel like it's a one-time thing. I feel like the more I trust the signs, the more guidance I receive, the more I believe in my spiritual team. And I also want to remind you of your angels. Now, your angels need your permission to, well, I want to say come into your life. They're already in your life to give you guidance. So if there's certain angels that, that you pray to, that you look for clarity, invite them in. But what I was going to say is, again, I don't feel like this is a one-time thing. It's coming right under the Nine of Cups. It's like finding that inner harmony, and I'm not saying finding perfection. Like, okay, all my issues are gone. No, it's finding peace even amongst the chaos. Not becoming part of that chaos. You know what I mean? Don't get pulled into someone else's drama. Some of you, this could talk about a connection. And listen, maybe it's taken a while. But again, the Knight of Pentacles and Judgment both talk about divine timing. Like, let's say this is talking about love, because it could certainly be talking about love, but I also feel like it's talking about everything. But if it's talking about love, how important is it that we ourselves find that inner harmony first? Because how can we give to another if we can't even give to ourselves? How can we expect another to love us fully if we can't love ourselves? Wow. The World. The next chapter. There's that corner. And there's you turning that corner. Coming below your spiritual team. Something new is opening up. Some of you could have been through like a 9-year cycle. And it's time for it to end. And now something new wants to open up. Even if it's something old, it's opening up with clarity. I also feel the world is really one of the most spiritual times in our life. And I feel like once we start living through our spirituality, we don't stop. It just becomes part of who we are. And that may be why one of the messages I feel is important here is to remember that you are a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being and you're having human experiences. And I mean that to give you a sense of power. There's nothing you cannot overcome. Nothing. And I say that from experience. It's a 21. To me, add that together, it's a 3. That's the energy of joy, celebration. We have the 7 of Cups, but am I going to trust that? Am I going to trust that? 7 of Cups can certainly talk about chaotic energy. Um, maybe I want to choose one of these cups, but I'm afraid. Listen, I've chose one of these cups before and it didn't work out. Maybe it wasn't meant to. Or maybe it was only meant to work out for a certain point or a certain time period. Sometimes things don't work out to teach us really what we don't want. Again, I feel like it's still, and it's a 7, which is a very spiritual number coming right next to the world. It's like this 9 of Cups is being answered, like this cup is coming in, and then you having to decide, is this cup good? Is this right for me? Well, I feel like if I have spent just a little bit of time within my emotional house, loving myself again, and, doesn't mean my life is perfect. But it doesn't mean also that I shouldn't expect gifts from God, clarity, comfort, surprises. Knight of Pentacles says I come at the right time, in divine timing. That means you're ready for it. That means you'll take the ace or the seed that the Knight is bringing in and you're going to accept it and you're going to allow it to grow. These seeds need our nurturing, or otherwise they just dry up and die. But again, I don't feel like this is a one-time thing. All right, let's keep going. 8 of Wands, fast-moving energy. But it's also what I think about, I bring about. That's the law of attraction. Think about where your own vibration is at right now, because that's what I'm manifesting back. And again, divine doesn't decipher like, oh, I don't think she meant to send that out to us. Nope, it was sent to us, so that must be what they want. So, and again, doesn't mean that you're in perfect energy. Doesn't mean that like everything feels right. But still, I want to send positive intentions out there. And then that's what comes back. That's what comes back. And by the way, quickly, another 8, new beginning. Coming under this king, we have beautiful, the 6 of Wands, the energy of being victorious. I mean, look at this person. They got the spotlight on them. It's like they're standing on a stage and all the world is listening to them. Look at the beautiful, I don't know, I feel spiritually connected here. Can I really have certain dreams become my reality? Everything is saying yes. But you have to know that. And by the way, this is mirroring the world right now. So it's saying in this next chapter, there is an opportunity for you really to be victorious. In what? I feel like in anything. Because again, the Nine of Cups, it can mean, fulfillment of love. We do have a Queen and King sitting right next to each other. And by the way, they both have divine energy connected to them. Maybe my heart was set on someone else, but they didn't love me in the way that I should be loved. But now you know that. Now you know that. Why stick around? I feel like sometimes, and that could be talking like Mother Mary bringing out self-respect, knowing that you do deserve high vibrational love, but in the same breath, we also got to be there. Higher our vibration, higher of the vibration of what manifests back to us. The Hermit, beautiful. The wise old soul. And that's what many of you are. Old souls. The Hermit is someone who has gone through the dark night of the soul. And that just means has dealt with very difficult energy, very difficult situations. And I do feel like, I'm what's being put in my mind right now, my third eye, is the lessons that we learn really in the dark are lessons that were worth learning. This hermit's emerging from that cave, though. Now carries that beacon of light. That is you. Like you always had that light in you. But now it's like you're shining it proudly, shining it upon others. And, a lot of people say, what is my purpose? I feel like that is our purpose, to shine our light for others. Sometimes, that's why I talk about like the comment section in a lot of my videos. Like leave your comments, leave your experiences, because sometimes your very words help save another one's life. And you may not know that, but I feel like at the same time, just like there is bad karma, there's also good karma. Just like there is dark, there is also light. So if I'm in the dark, I just have to believe that the light will find me. I will find it. That I will be guided. Oh, you will be. Again, another very spiritual energy. And it is a 9. 9 talks about final reflection, right? Final reflection. Not reflecting for the rest of your life over certain situations. I'm going to understand what I can understand. I'm going to understand that I am an old soul. I have been here before, right? I have the wisdom. And whatever I don't possess, my spirit guides are going to help me. They're going to help to guide me. And I feel like if nothing else, trust in that. Wow. Hello, Temperance. Divine timing. Wow. It's interesting because I was about to do a totally different reading, but then I kept getting pulled to this. And I even questioned, like, should I do this? And I just kept getting pulled to it. Now I know I was meant to do this reading. This definitely talks about, well, two things. First, it does talk about patience. And sometimes the universe is patiently waiting on us. Not without judgment. Sometimes take as long as you need. But also understand, like, if I get stuck, let's say, in an emotional situation, and that's where I keep my focus, it's kind of hard then to move forward. And again, if this is talking about like love and, those who just didn't know how to love us, Don't take it on yourself. Don't take it on your soul because you never know what's coming your way. That is also my story. This is all about divine timing. Divine timing and trusting in that, but also being proactive in your own life. Because I feel like divine timing means that there will be signs that'll be sent, but then it will take your action. Even if it's just step by step by step, you will turn that corner. You will find that light. Like, I feel I have no doubt here. Wow. Look at this, the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Look how she's connecting to above. She's receiving epiphanies, messages. And she looks like she's trusting them, right? The Ace of Swords to me is truth. Some of you may have come with a question in your mind. This is my yes card. But I love seeing this, especially with all this divine energy on the board. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the Tridivia Tarot. And let's go deeper. Even though this seems very, very clear to me, let's go deeper. Some of you could have met someone new, and you may question, is this going to be more of what was? Well, I feel like a lot of that is dependent on you. Again, if I know my self-worth, then I won't accept less than that. As I raise my own vibration, anything or anyone coming towards you in a lower vibration naturally want to fade away. We as humans have to allow that. Sometimes we keep pulling it back in. We keep pulling it back in. But listen, this Queen and King, with the divine energy that really they're surrounded by, I feel like for some of you, this can talk about someone who just may unexpectedly appear in your life. And it can be in many different ways. Again, that Nine of Cups, fulfillment of a wish. Not just that, because fulfillment of a wish with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like this is the knight you can trust. Yes, he is a slow moving knight, but just like divine, you know, sometimes divine is waiting on us. But whatever this knight is bringing in, it's putting you in victorious energy. I mean, this person is definitely feeling themselves again. They're feeling their self-worth, right? It's almost like saying, I deserve to be in the spotlight, whatever that may mean to you. And I feel like, yes, you do. It's also six. So, what comes before the Six of Wands, the Five of Wands? Drama. Oh, excuse me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. It's interesting though because I never, well, I shouldn't say never, very seldom do I have the phone, the house phone in my office. And that's one of the reasons because I don't want it to go off while I'm doing a reading. But, you know, you get a feeling that some of you, there may be a message coming to you and it may be coming over the phone. Like, I feel like that was meant to ring. I didn't answer it. I don't know who it was. I just didn't answer it. But I feel like that may be a message, especially with the Ace of Swords right here. All right. Let's go ahead and give them a cut. Well, hello. We'll take you. Look at this, the Page of Cups over the Page of Cups. I have a feeling, again, for some of you, this can certainly relate to love. And this may be a sign that person coming towards you and you towards them, really in divine timing. And what does divine timing mean? It means that I don't have to worry about when something's going to happen as long as I'm putting my positive intentions out there. Once I start loving myself again, then I feel like that's divine timing. But I have a feeling someone else may be going through a similar situation. They had to learn to love themselves again. Hmm, interesting. All right, let's keep going. We have the Five of Pentacles over that Eight of Cups. All right, well, Five of Pentacles is that energy of feeling thrown out into the cold, coming right over your emotional house. Five is about a change, always. It's asking you to consider a change. I feel like in the Five of Pentacles, sometimes I don't really have the luxury to, do nothing. Um, to cry in my bed. I have to keep moving. So I feel like for some of you, something happened, like, potentially against your will. Maybe it's not something I expected to happen. But maybe if I look at this in a different light, especially as wishes are about to be fulfilled, maybe, I feel like our spirit guides sometimes do make us feel uncomfortable so that we do make that move. Like without that move, maybe what wants to come in wouldn't be possible. I feel like in the Five of Pentacles, those who are in it, you're moving towards soulmate energy. And I don't mean just love. Well, it is love, but in all different forms. Sometimes I feel like I can meet a soulmate like at the grocery store. And it could be a complete stranger, but they say the most profound thing. And it opens my mind. It is showing, though, that exactly why I was doing this reading, that I feel like some of you are going through this difficult time, this difficult period, but it is just a period. Again, the world's like, but then there's the next chapter. Some of you, that's exactly why you may have a hard time picking a cup, choosing a cup, as in the Seven of Cups. That means that some of the remnants of the past still exist. And that may be exactly why the Eight of Cups is saying, find that emotional clarity. Understand that, if someone gave me a tower, well, maybe in the long run, they didn't deserve me anyway. Look at this judgment. We have mirroring energy also going on here. So I would not be surprised for some of you that, it's funny again how that phone rang. It's like communication in some way. And through that communication, you may find like it's someone who, do they understand you? Oh, yeah. Why? Because I've been there. I've been through that. It crushed my heart. And I had to find a way to love myself again. I had to find a way to trust my guides again. And look what your guides are ushering in. Over the Queen of Pentacles. Sun, sun everywhere, sun. You know, Judgment is coming out after the Five of Pentacles. Again, that difficult period. But Judgment is really about a rebirth. So even though I've been in this difficult energy, there's about to be a rebirth. Now, does it mean immediately? I have a feeling some of that will depend on you. You know, like how, like, can I let the past be the past? We have Five of Cups. It came in reverse. Okay. Some of you, I know this is a love reading. And not just a love reading, though. I want to make that very clear. This is a life reading. But the Five of Cups talks about, in the upright, it's when someone is really concentrating on what they have lost, the cups that have been knocked over. But five, change. When I consider the change, when I consider where my focus is at, and the ability to change that focus, what does that person find? Two cups. Two cups. Soulmate. Right over the Nine of Cups. Right over the fulfillment of wishes. Two cups. Some of you, if this is what you've been waiting for, I feel like I have to understand where I've been to know where I'm going. First of all, I have to know that I deserve these two cups. And I feel like the mirroring energy in this reading, it makes sense that it would be a soulmate energy. It just makes sense to me. But I feel like this is saying that, hopefully by the time you get to this Nine of Cups, that past is no longer going to have that effect on you where, I'm not going to be proactive in my life. I'm going to change that around and I'm going to be proactive in my life. I'm going to trust my guides. I'm going to trust the signs. Doesn't mean I won't have a little fear. That's just light, right? That's the human part of us. Hello, Chariot. Also, divine energy. I feel like the Chariot is a reward. The Chariot speaks about unlimited potential. And it's like the Six of Wands, this victorious energy where this person has a spotlight right on them. I feel like that's what the Chariot's speaking about. And again, in that Five of Cups in a reverse, to me, that means the Two of Cups is coming in. That means the soulmate is coming in. And the Chariot speaks about unlimited potential. Truly. But the Chariot also, you know why I feel like the Chariot comes in the right time? And it is mirroring that Knight of Pentacles, which will say, I come at the right time, period. Because this is about your intentions. Like you have to believe that that whatever is opening up really is unlimited potential. Your intentions tell the Chariot where to go. Right over Judgment. It's like your spiritual team is trying to tell you that, yes, you've been through some difficult things and some of you are still in it. And I pray that this is going to help you move out of that and more into your potential. I know some of you will be like, why aren't you giving the signs, Sandy? Because I don't feel like the signs, like that I'm meant to give signs at this point. I feel like you will know, you'll know. All right. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. unexpected cup of fulfillment. You may not have known that in the Five of Pentacles. You may not have known that when the Five of Cups was in the upright. This is a night that comes really in an unexpected time, unexpected place. Some of you, I feel like it's going to be through the phone. Coming over the Queen of Wands. Someone who does move according to her passion and her desires. She doesn't let fear stop her from living the type of life that she wants. Look at that. We have the Page of Pentacles over the King of Wands. You know, life is about learning lessons. It is about soul growth. And the only way we can really, our souls can expand is through the lessons. And sometimes when we look at life just in that way, like, okay, there's something that divine is trying to teach me here. What is it? How have I grown? You know, be proud of the person you are right now, right here. The World over the Knight of Pentacles. This reading is just so beautiful. To me, it's so clear. Knight of Pentacles. You know, first of all, the Knight of Cups, unexpected cup of fulfillment. Well, we already know that in the Nine of Cups, some type of wish is coming true. I feel like, again, if this is relating to love, and it doesn't have to just be love, but if it is relating to love for you, it's like letting go of control of exactly how it must show, and let divine surprise you. You know, that's what happened in my life. For some of you, this could be someone you already know. You know, I'm never going to leave that off the table because I feel like that happens all the time. But bam, and then the next chapter opens up. And then we have the King of Cups. Well, this king is someone who's all about love. He's in the upright. All about love. This is someone who really wants that special partner. And I don't feel like I want it just for the moment. I want it for the rest of my life. It's coming over the world. So to me, anything that happens in the world's energy is for the rest of your life. Now, is that guaranteed? I don't think anybody can guarantee that because you do have free will at the same time. And I feel like that's why the Queen of Wands came out. She's going to move according to her passion, according to her desires. She's listening to her spiritual team, the signs. Sometimes those signs are little, and sometimes they're gigantic. What am I holding? The King of Cups over the world, under the Chariot, mirroring the Page of Cups. Growth, no doubt, right? Growth. And you know what else is interesting? This Knight of Cups, which again is an unexpected cup of fulfillment, it's coming under that Five of Pentacles. So even if I'm in that powerish type energy, that night is still coming. You know, what if I'm having a hard time clearing that energy? That's where you want to ask your guides to help you. I don't feel like it goes away. I feel like it will also come in divine timing when you're ready for it. All right, we had two cards flip over. We have, oh my gosh, the Four of Wands, the marriage card, the commitment card, my favorite love card. This is about a true commitment. Listen, I feel like if the universe didn't shake you up and move you out of a certain energy, I don't know that you would have reached this. This is about love, true love, love that can truly last a lifetime. And everyone in this energy wants it to last a lifetime. I have a feeling for some of you, once you get to this energy, you may look back and be like, thank God for the towers. Thank God that I was moved, that I was made to feel uncomfortable so that I could make those changes. And look what opens up over the Seven of Cups. And then the Ten of Pentacles, Spirit Guides, thank you so much. This is the House of Abundance. For those who may have lost a job, you may be receiving epiphanies on, something that you yourself can create. I love this energy for those who are working from home. But you don't have to be working from home. And by the way, you're not alone in this energy. You're not alone in this energy. To me, this is a house that takes root. The roots are deep. Soulmate, no doubt. Over the Eight of Wands, it's almost like saying, I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. Some of you may have been learning something, and it could have been through your experiences that you then create like a business for yourself, or you use that wisdom to create abundance for yourself. But again, I don't think you're alone here. I know you're not alone here, especially with the Four of Wands right next to it. And if this is speaking of love at all, it is the King of Cups I would want to see. But I also am noticing how the Queen and King of Wands are connected, like-minded energy. Doesn't mean that who's ever coming in must be of the same suit as you. It just means that they'll have similar experiences. Wow. Like my spirit guides are blowing me away right now. Six of Wands over the Six of Wands. Victory, victory. Some of you are being guided to a love. And again, whether you already know this person, listen, I don't feel this is someone who would have thrown you a tower. Though, if their energy has evolved, then so be it. But if their energy hasn't evolved, then I don't feel like that's the person. It's like two people claiming victory. It's like, I feel like two people are saying, finally, I have met the one. Some of you, it's like, finally, the perfect job finds you. You find it. Perfect epiphanies of knowledge that you have gained, you then put to use and create abundance for yourself. I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is not just the house of abundance, but the house of loyalty. Again, a house that takes root. To me, that means forever. Mirroring energy. Epiphanies to help guide you. Clarity over what once held us in place. Fulfillment of wishes. Once I no longer focus on what I have lost. Instead, I am now putting positive intentions out there. I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. And guys, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want to overread this. I feel like our spirit guides were so clear. You have, again, the Knight of Cups, unexpected cup of fulfillment. Though in the Nine of Cups, we know that wishes are coming true. And it is a process to get there, yes. But taking that process is what opens this all up. Again, that Knight of Pentacles says, I come in the right time. And I am bringing you something that is truly going to expand your soul, expand your life, and then the world coming over that. New chapter, the next chapter, a beautiful spiritual chapter. And I feel like for some of you, with a spiritual soulmate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you guys, first of all, for your trust. I know there's a million different readings you can watch, and I do feel like you will be guided to this reading. You can second guess it, but then something's going to pull you back. And I hope you received your confirmation. I feel like this is exactly what we needed right now. So I feel blessed to be able to bring these messages to you. I love you guys. I thank you, as always, for every way that you help support this channel. Just being here, I'm grateful for that. May your wishes come true. May the signs be so clear that you have a hard time denying them. And then may all this open up for you. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.